I tried to warn a girl at my gym. I'd been going to this gym for 3 years, same time every morning at 6 a.m. Small place, maybe 40 members total, so you get to know the regulars pretty well. There's Grant, who only does bicep curls, Sydney, who runs on the treadmill for exactly 45 minutes, and this new girl who'd started showing up about 2 months ago. She seemed nice enough at first, kept to herself, always wore matching workout sets, had those expensive wireless earbuds, but I noticed something concerning during her 3rd week there. She'd been doing heavy squats every single morning, and her form was dangerously wrong. Knees caving inward, back completely rounded, going way below parallel with no control. I've been lifting for 8 years and watched my best friend tear his ACL doing the exact same thing. He needed surgery and couldn't walk right for 6 months. I didn't want to be that guy who gives unsolicited advice, so I waited. Maybe she'd figure it out. Maybe someone else would say something. But after watching her load 185 pounds on the bar one Tuesday morning, I couldn't stay quiet anymore. That's serious weight with terrible form. Someone was going to get hurt. So during her rest period, I walked over and quietly said, "Hey, I don't mean to bother you, but I noticed your form on those squats looks a bit off. Mind if I show you a safer way? I just don't want you getting injured." She pulled out one earbud and looked at me like I'd just asked for her social security number. Then she rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might get stuck. "I have a boyfriend," she said loud enough for half the gym to hear. "Stop trying to talk to me." I was completely confused. "What? No, I was just trying to help with your form because..." She cut me off, her voice getting even louder. "This is so creepy. I see you staring at me every morning. You're obsessed or something." Now people were definitely watching. Grant had stopped mid-curl. Sydney slowed her treadmill. "I wasn't staring," I tried to explain. "I was concerned about your safety because your squat form could cause a serious injury." But she was on a roll now, performing for her audience. "Oh my god, you probably followed me here. This is harassment. I'm a strong, independent woman who doesn't need some random guy mansplaining fitness to me. I've been training for 6 months. I know exactly what I'm doing." I raised my hands in surrender. "All right, my bad. Just trying to help." I walked back to the bench press, face burning with embarrassment. A couple of people gave me sympathetic looks, but most just went back to their workouts. 5 minutes later, I was mid-rep when I heard it. This sharp pop sound followed by the loudest scream I've ever heard in a gym. She was on the ground clutching her left knee. The bar still loaded with 185 pounds crashed beside her. The weights had rolled across the floor. She was crying hysterically. Grant dropped his dumbbells and ran over. Sydney jumped off the treadmill. The gym manager, Griffin, came sprinting from his office. "Call 911, Griffin shouted. "Don't move her." Through her tears, she pointed directly at me. "He distracted me. This is his fault. He was harassing me and I lost focus and now my knee is destroyed." Everyone turned to look at me. I just stood there, absolutely stunned. Griffin knelt beside her, trying to keep her calm while we waited for paramedics, but she kept screaming about how I caused this, how I should be arrested, how she was going to sue me in the gym. The ambulance arrived 12 minutes later. 2 paramedics loaded her onto a stretcher while she continued yelling accusations at me between sobs. After they left, Griffin pulled me into his office. My heart was pounding. Was I about to get banned? Sued? "Listen," he said, pulling up the security footage on his computer. "I need to see exactly what happened here." We watched it together. The timestamp showed me approaching her at 6:47 a.m., talking for maybe 20 seconds, then walking away at 6:48 a.m. The camera clearly showed her putting her earbud back in, loading more weight onto the bar, and her spotter, some guy I didn't recognize, trying to get her attention and point at her form. She waved him off. Then at 6:53 a.m., she went down for the squat. Her knees buckled inward, and she collapsed. 5 full minutes after I'd walked away. Zero distraction, just bad form finally catching up to her. Griffin looked at me and let out a long breath. "She tried to warn you, man. I heard the whole thing. You were being genuinely helpful, so I'm not in trouble?" He shook his head. "You're fine, but she's going to have a problem. We have a zero-tolerance policy for false accusations. When she's recovered enough to come back, she's getting a permanent ban." 2 weeks later, I saw her at the physical therapy clinic next door to the gym. She was on crutches with a heavy knee brace. Our eyes met for a second. She looked away first. I still work out there every morning at 6 a.m. Haven't seen her since, but I'll never forget the lesson. Some people would rather get hurt than accept help.